Hello, today I'll be demonstrating the Lab 1. So we'll just go straight right into it by starting off with task 1 of Lab 1. Task 1 is to create and configure an Active Directory domain. So I configured the Active Directory domain on server 01. You can see all the options I have after installing Active Directory, and I made the domain name jhun5500.corp. You can see in my server 02 it's also in that domain, and my workstation 01 is also in that domain. One thing I had to make sure to do for this to work is to play with the properties of this, and made sure the DNS pointed to my server 1, which is 172.16.2.10. So that was it for task 1, just being able to configure an AD domain server and joining server 02 and workstation 01 to the domain. So for task 2, I had to manage users to allow AD domain administration. So you want to go tools, on the server 01, users and computers. So you can see here I made the organizational unit jhun5500 as instructed, and then it wanted me to make a user and have it so that it can access both administration work and standard work. These are the two groups I made for that. So in IT admins, you can see that it's a member of the domain admins group. So this allows all the administrative work to be done on all machines. And then I had the IT standard, which has the domain users group in it, which just allows the simple stuff, not with all the administrative rights. So that was it for task 2. So for task 2 was to configure a DHCP service. So you want to go to tools and then DHCP. IPv4. So I made the two scopes as instructed in there, named Condor ID jhun5500-2 and jhun5500-3. So you can see the pool here. I wanted the service to be both. So I'll just talk about 5500-2 since they're both pretty similar. So from 172.16.2.1 to .254 with this subnet mask of 24. So it's the stuff for both scopes. They want the first 20 addresses to not be allocated by DHCP. So I did the 1 to 20 for that. And then another thing that it also wanted was to assume there would be a second DHCP server, but it just wanted the first 80% of the addresses available. So I took away the last couple. So from 208 to 254 were excluded. And then I created the made sure the DNS server address was 72.16.2.10, and that the default gateway should be .1 on the scope subnet. And it wanted me to show this through the workstation 01. So go to this. So one thing you have to make sure to do is to make sure it's dynamically set, not statically. So I changed it to obtain IP automatically, since you're kind of leasing. The whole point of DHCP is to lease an IP address. So just go pull up the command prompt, and what you want to type in is ipconfig/renew. And you can see that it's on the second address. It's on the second one because yesterday I did the first address, so it's already taken up. And you can see that the default gateway was .1 as it wanted it to be. And just another way to make sure that it's leased, you can go back to your server 01 and go to your leases, and you see we just did this recently, using .22. So that's it for task 3, configuring DHCP service. And for the last one was to configure DNS services. So the first task I want me to reverse lookup for all networks for this lab. So this was the 192.168.158 in a reverse, and then the 172.16.2 in reverse. Those are the two networks I use for all the networks in this lab. And then for the second part, it wanted me to create a mail exchange, and also a query for server 02. So let's go for a lookup. You see I made the mail exchange right here, mail exchange, and then the mail one. Show you the properties of both. Sorry, the WW, and then the mail exchange. So I'll just show you through the command prompt that they work. So you want to do NS lookup for them all. I'll do NS lookup for the www first, and .local, and you see that works fine. To the server 02, and then I'll check the mail exchange server. NS lookup mail dot local set type equals mx local again, and you see the mx preference is 10, mail exchanger server 2. Yep, so that's good. And then you can always do an NS lookup of the IP at 62.11. You see it's pointing to server 02. So that's it. I demonstrated all 4 tasks working fine. That ends the video. Thank you.